everyone, welcome back to the channel. And yeah, I wanted to give an update on where I am with the car, but equally the long-awaited walk around that I know I've promised so many of you out there. So yeah, we're going to take a quick tour around the 1984 2-litre NA Porsche 924 that I've been working on for the past 12 to 18 months. I will take you through some of the work that's been complete and yeah, go through some of the hurdles that I'm facing right now and in the foreseeable future. And yeah, really just to give you a perspective of doing this type of work on a driveway. Weather is always one of those elements that make that type of work a lot more interesting. And yeah, the fact that you're not in a workshop without, you know, those typical tools that you can expect in a workshop of air tools and so on, makes the job even more interesting. Knowing that classic cars come with the element of bolts and nuts that potentially haven't been undone for decades, maybe even from the factory, so all these things add up to, yeah, what can be quite a frustration when working on classic cars. But anyway, let's get out there, have a look around the car, and yeah, look forward to your feedback on work complete today. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so right, here she is up on the stands, getting ready for more work as always. But I guess the first place to start is the key itself, and would you believe it? It's hopefully you can see that on the camera. The little light still works inside the key. Something that we used to get way back in the 80s, but anyway, let's get on and start with the outside of the car first. So for those of you who have a keen eye, you will see that the paintwork is, you know, what I would say pretty decent, first class, and that's why mainly because of a full respray that I had done probably 18 months, 2 years ago now. And yeah, I kept the original factory colour of the car. I've been searching for a blue 924. They tend to be, I guess, more towards reds, whites, that sort of period of colour that you find these in. So the blue one I really quite liked, and I think it gives it quite a nice finish, certainly to the design. And reapplied the decals that we had originally, so they look a lot better now, because the original ones were, yeah, a bit worse for wear, peeling off. Likewise on the back, 924, so the decals on the back there. And for those of you who have an eagle eye, you'll see one of those famous names from the 80s, Jan Speed exhaust system, which I fitted to the car. Amazingly found that brand new on eBay, unused. So yeah, that sort of completes the outside in terms of the paintwork. When you come down to some of the work that I've done on the rear, so brand new drums, all the inner workings are brand new, new handbrake cable as well, and as you can see, new gas shocks which are fitted up in there. Everything else just had a bit of tightening up in terms of paint, but yeah, struggling obviously with the fact the car hasn't moved in a little while. And likewise, same again on this side. new drums, inner workings. This, by the way, this castle nut is one of the toughest nuts on the car. So you hear horror stories about this particular nut and the amount of pressure that you need to, you know, apply to get this nut off. People standing on scaffolding poles and all sorts. But yeah, I bought a wicked little tool actually. It was about 10-15 quid, which is you know, sort of locks on the end and has a solid piece of steel that you can basically hammer and yeah, work really well. As you will also see, just in there, I've fitted brand new steel braided pipes at the rear, so yeah, the brakes basically all done and fitted. We come to the rear hatch. At the moment it's a bit of a storage unit for me, mainly because all the wheels are off and so on. So yeah, this is the under tray. So once the work's finished on the bottom, which I'll show in a minute, I will get that back on and get the original wheels back on as well. Okay, yeah, interior wise, I mean, obviously aftermarket, this was in there when I bought the vehicle, so this usually is a Blaupunkt stereo system that I believe was original with these cars. What's interesting though, I mean, being 1984, is some of the mod cons that the car has as standard. So electric tilt sunroof, which you can actually take out, so there are clips back there, so you can actually take this whole sunroof out and have just one big hole, if that's that's the sort of thing you like. You have the doors have the electric windows, so on the driver's side both electric windows there. Pop-up headlights with dash dimmer. The rear view or rear windscreen demister hazards, fog light. That is one of my pain points for the MOT. For some reason the rear fog lights do not want to light, and there's a couple of sort of tests that you can do. Some folks say that the rear fog lights don't come on unless they're on with full beam and with the front fog lights. So yeah, I've tested all that and it still doesn't come on, so it's obviously going to have to be sort of a wiring job. Excuse me. And looking at the dials, battery, we've got the oil temperature gauge and oil pressure gauge, so those are always very useful to have, certainly on older cars like this. And yeah, you can see that I've got the two passengers, which are two spare wheels right now. They're the refurbished alloys, so back seats are really good on this, by the way. The material's great, the leatherette in between, nothing's ripped, really good quality. Likewise, most of the interior is really good, except for the classic dashboard cracks, which always happen on these cars of the era. I don't think it was just Porsches that suffered this. I think quite a few manufacturers have this, and just the way they were made and the type of material that was used. Obviously with sun, heat, cold, does all the good stuff what that weather does. And then these, the seats, which is a bit of a sore point in the fact that the back of the seat is pretty good. It's just the the base, and it's the same on both of these seats, by the way. So you sort of get into a thought process of whether you get these fixed and reupholstered in a different design and a different fabric, whether you go fully leather. My preference would be to try and get the original cloth, but having spoken with quite a few local UK based suppliers and some in Germany, they believe that this material disappeared several years ago. However, I spoke to some places in the US, and they believe they do have the material, so you know, you can get them to make the full seat covers, and you can basically take the seat out and fit them yourselves. You don't know obviously how good a fit that will be. I've seen some of these aftermarkets, some look okay, some, you know, can be a bit questionable. So yeah, it's a really tough one, because I know if I wanted to move the car on after doing all this work, would it affect the, you know, the resale if it wasn't the original stuff? Because I know in the Porsche circles, a lot of originality is key. So I don't know on that one. It's one of those misses. If I think I'm going to keep the car a lot longer than you know, potentially I'm thinking, then I'd probably get this all done. The flip to this is that, you know, mechanics and the paintwork is all done, and you know, I'll strip the interior and convert it into more of a race spec type interior, which yeah, lighten the car, make it a bit more fun, I guess. I think what the interesting thing is, though, is, you know, if anyone's ever sat in a 924, how, you know, close that windscreen is. I mean, it's there. it's like right in your face, and how close the dash is, and the wheel sort of sits in between your legs. I mean, it's a very bizarre driving position. Equally very fun. So I can see why a lot of people take the original steering wheel off and put on a, you know, more of a race spec, smaller diameter steering wheel, you know, like Momo or something like that, or MP. So yeah, that, you know, that could be an option, because the leather on this has definitely seen much better days. So that would be something to get done. So yeah, that's the interior. Let's pop the bonnet and have a look around the outside. Okay, so let's get right back here. So you can see that's the new exhaust that was fitted. So from centre pipe back to the back of the car. Sorry for the helicopter above. New torque tube, or refurbished torque tube, should I say, which sits, yeah, right up underneath the brackets, and into the clutch housing. So one of the big jobs that I'm trying to tackle right now is this one here, which is the crank bolt, which holds on this crank pulley, where the timing belt is sat. You can see just there, if it focuses, there's been what looks to be a little bit of an oil leak. So as I've had the bottom of the engine off and completed all of the refurbishment of these parts, it sort of makes sense to get this done. Okay, so other things that I've done is new calipers, new brake pads. The discs actually are okay, but as you imagine, not been used that much for the moment. We've got new steel braided pipes, as like the rears have, and you can see obviously recon steering rack, bushes, and brackets for the anti-roll bar, and the control arm as well, which will fit into the front cross member there. So yeah, that's all of the sort of front work that's been complete. Height wise, it's been a small drop on the front, nothing too drastic, so it's just a bit lower than the back. I haven't lowered the back in any movement at all, so it's only the front which have adjustable coilovers on them. Ride height actually are pretty low on these already, so don't want to go a bit too crazy, but you know, at least the option's there to do it if I need to in the future. And yeah, so the big job, as I was saying, down there, which is the crank pulley, I do need to get a flywheel lock for the car, because that bolt is horrendous. I think it's carrying, it's meant to be spec'd to about 160 pound foot, but I don't think it's moved in a long time. So if I just have a quick look at this underneath. You can see that yeah, the 6 bolts of the pulley came out, but 2 of those heads rounded off, so I don't think they've been out in a long time. And then this bolt is well and truly stuck. So yeah, any type of pressure, you know, I've tried with the gearbox in first with someone holding the brakes, and there's just too much play in the clutch, and it's a brand new clutch as well, so I don't really want to potentially cause any damage. I know it should be able to take it, but yeah, I don't want to cause any damage, so I'm going to have to get a flywheel lock, which if you come back here on the side of the bottom of the engine here, just by your oil filter, is the starter motor, which is in a great place. So you have the bottom bolt here, and I think there's the other bolt there, just on the top. Yeah, I mean, who knows when those last came out, so potentially have to remove this this exhaust cover protecting, and then get to the starter motor, because the tool is meant to fit into the same position as the starter motor, and yeah, fits within the cogs of the starter ring, which should hold in essence the flywheel stable without any movement. So when you put pressure on this bolt to undo it, the engine doesn't move internally at all, so that's the idea. However, if I was in a workshop right now, then you know, many have said you just whack high pressure impact gun on this and it should fly off. But I don't have the joys of that to hand, so yeah, it's going to have to be brute force and see if I can get that to crank off. Reason being is because just here, the pulley that you see that the timing belt is attached to just behind. Let's see if I can just point this out a bit better for you. Just behind in this piece here is the oil seal, front oil seal that sits within the oil pump. That needs changing because you can see there's a whole bunch of nasty crap all around here, which doesn't look great with the newly refurbished sump and all this, the new seal that I put here where it joins to the obviously the block of the engine. So yeah, it'd be good to get all this out, give it a good clean up, and get a new seal in there. It's going to have a new timing belt, refurb the pulley, and some of the other component pieces on the front here as well. Okay, so yeah, just final bit on the top of the engine. So once that's done, that oil main front seal, I'm going to then do another compression test on the engine just to see if you know, cylinders 4 and 2 still have the issue, I think. And if that's the case, then all of this good stuff is going to have to be stripped down. So yeah, all the air manifold, the fuel system off, the injectors, top of the engine, cam cover, most likely all of the bolts there I'm hoping will be okay to take off the exhaust until we get down to yeah, the head which meets the block, and then we've got a full gasket, head gasket kit. The potential issue is that the top of the head has warped, which means yeah, getting it machined, it's not a problem if it hasn't had it done before, so we should be within the tolerances, and then get a lot of this refurbished and looking better, and get it put back together and get this engine running again. So yeah, that is the plan. So the next hurdle is that bolt. That's what's stopping me and caused me a bit of nightmare over the past few days. And that's on the car, but the weather is the other killer. Coming into winter, the forecast for the next 5 days looks like solid rain, so yeah, doesn't look too fun in terms of continue of work. So anyway, I hope this has been useful, just to have a little quick look around the 924 and some of the work completed to date, you know, from paintwork to new decals to refurb brake system, front and back, front suspension, front end of the car. Okay, so that completes the walk around of the 924. Hope it was enjoyable and you got a bit of insight into the car that I'm working on. But equally, if you're looking or considering, you know, a Porsche 924 as a project, or you have one already that you're stuck on, you know, it gives you a bit of you know, insight to maybe some of the jobs that you may want to tackle going forward. So I've got a bunch of you know, work ahead of me, as you saw from the walk round, that I'll be putting into video format, you know, just for anyone that wants to take on some of those types of jobs as well. So thanks for watching, stay tuned, and keep following on Instagram and YouTube.